Sophia was a baker's daughter, chosen by the gods to become a holy warrior. Given the order to destroy Soul Edge, she set out on a quest that would eventually lead her to the sword's wielder, Cervantes. In a fearsome battle, she was able to destroy one of the swords. Though successful in her quest, shards of the cursed sword pierced her body, causing severe injuries. Her life was saved by the ninja, Taki, whereupon she returned to her homeland to recuperate. The days passed peacefully until one day.
Oh, it's so nice to have you back, my sister. You had me worried for a while.
Sorry, I had no choice.
I could never bring in the customers like you. Well, you're back now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Sis?
My chest!
Sis? Are you okay?
So many lives lost. Soul Edge?
Is something the matter?
It's my sister.
Oh, this doesn't look good. You should rest.
Thank you.
Sis.
Sophia, you fulfilled your mission well, and I am eternally grateful. However, your power is required once more.
Almighty Hephaestus.
You weakened Soul Edge, but it is regaining its power and will soon pose a threat once more.
I had a feeling this day would come.
The cursed sword's presence grows ever stronger. Since finding a new wielder, it has spread its evil far and wide across the land. I shall bestow upon you the power to cleanse evil, so that you may free those who have fallen victim to it.
I understand.
But, oh, Mighty One, if you need the aid of your followers, choose me instead, for her sake. I beg you to use me in her place.
Rothion, you are a blacksmith. You shall produce arms befitting her task. I shall grant you the iron of the gods.
Please, Rothion, assist me in my battle.
Very well, Sophia.
I never did ask that young man his name, but he carries the burden of fate on his shoulders. I feel as though this is the start of something big.
Sophia, it took me some time, but I finally finished. I made this all for you.
Thank you, Rothion.
Try everything and see if it feels right. I may not be a worthy opponent for a disciple of the gods, but I shall do my best.
Battle 1. Fight!
Let's begin. No way!
Battle 2. Fight!
This'll hurt!
It all starts now!
Battle 3. Fight!
Horrifying light! With this weapon, I can fight on! Amazing! It feels so light! It's even better than the battle gear I was bestowed with last time.
Glad to hear it. You know, I really wish you didn't have to go alone.
Fear not. I have your arms and armor to protect me. Will you pray for me?
Of course. I'll pray for your safe return.
Rothion. How awful. Here too I find the ravages of the cursed sword.
I thirst. Blood! Give me your blood!
I cannot give you my blood, but I can end your thirst.
What are you talking about?
Do not be afraid.
Silence!
Battle 1. Fight!
Pardon me. Are you ready? That's it! Save! Yeah! Hiya! Yeah! Huh? Oh my! Damn!
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
I've got no choice! I saw it coming! Oh God! No! Yeah!
KO! Battle 3. Fight!
Pardon me. I've got no choice. Shh, it's okay. Be still now. You must have been in agony. The evil has dissipated. You have nothing to fear.
Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it. I hope I may help even but one more in your state. I know the evil must be destroyed at its roots. But how can I right now?
You! I'll kill you!
Have I met my match?
Maybe you should submit!
No, never!
Battle 1. Fight!
Forgive me.
Battle 2. Fight!
Here. How's that? to lose.
What have I done? Please, forgive me.
No need for forgiveness. I am here to save all from evil.
I lost to Nightmare, and then...
Nightmare?
Yes. The wielder of a powerful sword, the Azure Knight. I faced Nightmare in order to protect my homeland, but my challenge was in vain. Why? Why did he leave without killing me? After that, I grew unable to resist the temptation to do evil.
Please be still. Rest, Nightmare. He is the cause of all this horror. That is where Soul Edge must be. Nightmare was supposed to be based in Ostrheinsburg. But when I went there, Soul Edge's master was gone. I thought it was because Soul Edge had been destroyed by another. But if Nightmare still has the cursed sword, then he cannot be allowed free reign. Even with so little information, I cannot give up my search. Besides, my mission to save people from evil has not changed. Almighty Hephaestus, protect me. Are you Nightmare?
Don't call me that!
If you are Nightmare, then I must defeat you.
I expected as much.
And then I must destroy Soul Edge.
Soul Edge is not here.
Do you know where I can find it? I know the road you walk is long and arduous. However, I can cleanse you of evil, and maybe even save you.
Stop!
If you really are not Nightmare,
Leave me be!
I want to save you.
There is no turning back.
Battle 1. Fight!
I do this for your sake too.
This, I don't need a savior!
Atone for your sins.
Nonsense!
Open your eyes. Forgive me. No way.
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Kid! My hand! This ends now!
Futile! I can't defend anymore! Forgive me! My resolve will never falter! Oh, no!
This ends now! This ends now! Forgive me! How can I lose? I'm just getting started!
Fight!
Yeah!
shall pray for you. The evil is still present?
I'd forgotten what it was like to feel so at ease.
What are you?
Sorry. But you have my gratitude. Leave Soul Edge to me.
No, wait! I never found out his name. However, I had a feeling I had done what I was sent to do. Still, I know not if it is wise to leave everything in his hands. Almighty Hephaestus, hear my prayer. Please watch over him.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history. As the daughter of a baker in Athens, Cassandra worked hard in order to support her mother, who had fallen ill from anxiety. 3 years had passed since her older sister Sophitia returned from her holy quest to destroy the cursed sword. But one day, with her wedding drawing near, Sophitia once again vanished, leaving only a note behind. Cassandra was content to look after her troubled mother, who was quite close with her errant oldest daughter, until she realized why Sophitia disappeared so suddenly.
I hope Mom gets better soon. And I can't believe Dad. He should worry more about her. And the only thing on Lucius's mind is bread, bread, bread. Ugh.
Hey, if it isn't Cassandra. Congratulations on Sophitia's upcoming wedding. When's she getting back?
Good morning to you too, Xenon. I'm still not sure, but she'll likely be gone for a while this time, since she won't be able to wander off anymore once she's married.
That's true, huh? It's just like her to get her head filled with stories of adventure and take off. I bet that fiancé of hers, Rothion, is worried sick.
Not really, actually. The only ones who ever worry about her are me and Mom, and it's not like I could ever take her place.
You think so? From my perspective, you both know how to get a job done. Anyway, keep up the good work.
I will. Thanks. Seriously, why did she have to run off again? It's a headache trying to come up with excuses for why she's gone. Still. What do you mean there's still a cursed sword fragment near her heart? Why? How am I supposed to explain that?
Yeah.
Sis?
My chest.
Sis? Are you okay?
So many lives lost. Soul Edge?
It all has to be related. But who would even believe it? A god told her to go on a quest to destroy the cursed sword Soul Edge. Huh, right. Still, if she left to destroy Soul Edge, I bet she needed a weapon. Which means...
Half convinced her theory is correct, Cassandra sets off at a run. Her destination, the ancient ruins of the Shrine of Eurydice. It was there that Sophitia, after her battle with the cursed sword, had returned the holy sword and shield entrusted to her by the gods.
I was sure they'd be gone. These are definitely hers. Maybe they're fakes. They don't feel like fakes. Huh? What in the world is that? Where am I this time? A swordswoman? What are you... You don't seem very friendly. Will protect my family, save my sister. What are you mumbling? If you want to fight me, I'll take you. Come on, need to move. Must kill enemy. Not good. What now?
Daughter of Akalos, Cassandra, can you hear me?
What do you want? I'm kind of busy right now.
Then accept the blessing of the God of the Forge, and you shall be granted strength to defy chaos.
Enough talking. If you're gonna give me power, just do it. I feel so light. I've never used a sword before, but I'll give this fight my all. That light! Sister! My body's moving on its own. Is this because of that blessing? Nothing seems to be working. Is that God's power really this weak? Or maybe you're just pushing yourself a little too hard. I'm starting to see through your attacks. I knew it. You're hurting too. That's the point. You, sis, you're all fighting with everything you've got. Divine blessing or not, no one's gonna fight my battles for me. It doesn't matter what weapon I've got. In the end, I'm the one who has to wield it. Whatever happens, I have to fight. Whether you go down or not, I'm in this to the end. I've never lost to anyone in a battle of endurance. You do that? was tougher than you. Take this! Ah! Who are you? Your voice, it's the same.
I have to tell you to save her! Save Sophie!
You know something about my sister?
Yes, I'm sure you don't want to know.
The swordswoman, who looked exactly like Cassandra, began to speak hesitantly of Sophitia and about a prophecy of a future dark and cruel. Sophitia's child will be born with a great darkness inside and will be abducted by the cursed sword's malfested kin to become Soul Edge's vessel. The child will become unable to live without the sword's evil, causing Sophitia to remove the fragment of the cursed sword inside her and use it to save her child. Cassandra, more than anyone, understood what this prophecy meant. Sophitia had a fragment of the cursed sword inside her, a secret Cassandra never revealed to her family, Rothion, or even Sophitia herself.
There's only one fragment left inside Sis, and it's buried close to her heart. If she ever removes it, she'll... Hey, how do you know all this? Who are you?
I don't know anymore. All this time, Sis.
I see. The god of the forge. Hephaestus, was it? Did all of that really happen? I guess he's not answering because I got his sacred weapons all beat up. Sis left her sword and shield here. But she's still out there fighting, and she's gonna keep fighting. I don't believe everything I heard, but I'll do my best too. All right, if Sis is out there fighting, she must have a weapon that can go toe-to-toe with the cursed sword. And I only know one blacksmith around here good enough to make a powerful weapon like that.
It's mostly fixed up. I never thought you'd be asking me to repair divine weaponry, though.
Wow, look at this. No wonder you're the best smith around. The sword's perfect. The shield's great too. But the belt grip feels a bit off.
Got it. I'll admit I'm surprised. If these are Sophie's old arms, that means they're divine relics crafted by the god of the forge himself. They shouldn't be this beat up just from wind and rain.
You really believe Sophitia about the Oracle and Soul Edge? You don't think she made the whole story up?
No. I'm a smith, right? I know all the myths about Hephaestus. And the quality of these arms, well, they're definitely not normal.
Whatever. Now come on, get back to work. Very nice. Now let's see if they work right.
I guess you're close enough to Sophie's size to test them, but if you're returning them to the shrine, do you really need to?
Well, what if she wants to use them when she gets back? Come on, pick up something and fight me, Rothion. Ooh, this place looks perfect for a good scuffle.
Are you sure about this? Sophie will kill me if I hurt you.
Let's make a deal. If I win, you have to tell me if Soul Edge has been resurrected.
How did you...
You did know something. You're really bad at keeping secrets.
This'll hurt!
When did you learn to fight like this?
Here! You!
Yeah, looks like these are good to go. So Sis left on a journey to destroy the resurrected Soul Edge?
Yes. I made her a new set of arms with the Iron of the Gods that Hephaestus gave us. That's why that sword and shield were still in the shrine.
Ugh, I'm so mad right now.
Sorry for keeping it from you, but I didn't think it would be right for me to explain her absence to you and the others.
That's not why I'm mad at all. I'm mad because you two were supposed to get married and be happy. Instead, she's off saving the world. What about her happiness and yours? Why didn't you stop her? She would have listened to you.
I couldn't bring myself to.
Why not? I hate it when people hide things, so I'm gonna be blunt. I don't think I can stomach Sis marrying you right now. I can't be happy for you two.
Cassandra, it hurts me to hear you say that. Still, I have no regrets. I believe in Sophie, and I won't betray the faith I've placed in her.
Yeah, so you're fine with whatever happens to her in the future? To all of us? Well, I'm not. Not at all. I wish she'd never picked up this stupid sword. I really messed up.
I thought I might find you here, Cassandra. What gives? As our shop's poster girl, you can't just wander off.
I'm pretty sure a poster girl shouldn't punch customers either, but here we are. Maybe you should take over and be our poster boy. You've already got tons of girls coming to see you.
This isn't like you. You've hit people before. Besides, that sleazy guy had it coming. Everyone applauded when you smacked him. Apparently, he's made a name hitting on girls at other shops, too.
It's hard to explain, but I've been a mess lately. I feel all pent up and irritable. I think I would have normally held back a little more.
You shouldn't worry so much. You know, there are lots of guys who'd kill for a chance to get slapped by you.
Really? I guess that's nice. Wait, what? That's gross!
Yeah, it is gross. Just like your bread lately, you have this urgency about you, like you have to knead quick and bake faster. I want to see you make your usual bread, all innovative and adventurous.
You really love bread, don't you? What are you trying to say?
I guess, if you have something you want to do, you should just go and do it. Be impulsive, like always.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. All right, I've decided. I'm leaving home for a while.
Great. Oh, just make sure to tell Mom. I'll help you come up with an excuse if you want.
Yeah, I don't want her getting sick again. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. I'm good at that sort of thing. This is the place. So monsters are attacking people in these woods? This place does look like bad guys are ready to pop out at any time. If they're tied to the cursed sword, then I'll deal with them. Hephaestus, lend me some of your strength!
Who are you?
Divine power can come in handy sometimes, I guess. Still, that's a lot of them.
Die! I want
Her blood!
Yeah, whatever. Now bring it on, bad guys!
Fight!
These things, they're the Mephisto that she told me about. Enough! They're really tough, but my sword's light seems to work well on them. Got it. A bit. This is the last one. I won't go easy on you. Get further away. Get further away. Oh, what? I'll show you. Chew on this. The flux of integrity. Now, let's see if I can purify these things. I think I just do this? There, they seem purified. Good.
What have we done? Why? Why did you save us?
Don't be an idiot. No matter how hard it is, life is always better than death. If you think you've done something evil, then go do some good to make up for it.
Yeah, you're right. You seem to knock some sense back into me. Thank you.
If it helps, I'd be happy to smack you again. So, good luck, I guess. We've been walking for forever. You're sure there are Malfested out here?
I am. Just a bit further is the underground temple my family was taken to. And, well, these people are savage madmen. Please be careful.
Weird. Why would someone like that kidnap people? I guess turning into a Malfested makes you do strange things? Is this really the right place? I don't see anyone around.
It is. But, well, the truth is, you have to run! This is a trap!
Huh? Ah! How many are there? Are these Malfested?
It's all over! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Hey, don't give up so fast. Me and my sword will handle these thugs. Huh?
How futile. You think we are Malfested? You have been deceived, girl. Lured to your doom.
So you guys are just normal people?
Do not insult us. We are Feegle Systemus, servants of the great executioner Palgia.
Well, good for you. So what do you want?
Do not pretend to have forgotten. You have interfered with our holy rituals time and time again. Curse you, Sophitia Alexandra!
What? Oh, I get it. You're angry at Sis, so you set up this little trap. Aren't you ashamed ganging up on one girl?
You're trapped. But still you take that insolent tone. You'll receive no mercy.
No mercy? That's my line. I'll make you pay 100 times over for targeting my sister. You think you have the advantage? Bring it on! Just keep coming. Fine, I'll just take out their boss. Try to... Try to... I'll show you. Taking down their boss confused them. Now's my chance. Are you trying to protect your master? Get out of my way. Did that hurt? Took long time to make you pay.
Impossible! How did you break through my forces?
Incoming! Get blown away! I'll show you! I will show you the price of justice! Am I even using these right? Well, I won. Now I just have to deal with these reptiles. My sword's light won't scare them, but how about this? Athena, god of war. Aeolus, god of the wind. Lend me your strength. No way! I didn't know I could call up so much power. It's time for us to go.
I can't! The floor's collapsing!
Shut up and go! You'll be buried alive if you don't run!
Okay!
Why did you help them if your family wasn't abducted?
They said they'd give me a fortune if I led you into their trap. They even paid some in advance.
You think it's okay to betray someone just for money?
I'm sorry, but I was desperate. I have a younger sister who's counting on me. Our dad turned into a malfested, and she's the only family I got left.
Didn't you think that maybe the person you were tricking also had a family? You can't find happiness by pushing your misfortune onto others.
You're right. Every moment I spent lying to you was torture.
If you want to do right by your sister, don't deceive people or stain your hands with evil. You've got no talent for it.
The rumors about you were right. You're a true holy warrior, Sophidia. I'll do my best to live a life that both my sister and you can be proud of.
A true holy warrior? I bet Sis could have done a way better job than me. It's not just the Malfested that are after Sophitia. This world is filled with evil things, and I've got to stand against them. Sis, why did you leave on a dangerous journey when happiness was within your grasp? Lately, it feels like I don't understand Sis at all. And how can Rothian be all fine, even with her running off like that?
I'm surprised you're so worried about Sophie, Cassandra. Oh, wait. I think I get it.
What's so funny?
You remember how you tried to imitate Sophie when you were little? Not just her hair or the way she looked. You even tried to copy the way she spoke.
Well, it wasn't really me, but I figured I should try to be more like her if I wanted to be our bakery's poster girl.
And remember that young adventurer who drew a picture of you? He even wrote that poem. Oh, how did it go? Something like, "Oh, Cassandra, thou art fairer than even Aphrodite."
Stop right there. You shouldn't even joke about that. Are you trying to get me in trouble with the gods?
I remember you told Sophie that story all the time when we were younger. Cassandra, you've always cared deeply for Sophie. Then why push yourself so hard to imitate her, or get into all those pointless spats? If you don't know, why don't you have a serious talk with her? Rye bread and wheat bread are different, both in how they're baked and in what makes them special.
Why is everything about bread with you? First of all, I have no idea where she is, so finding her is impossible. And if she found out I took her weapons, she'd kill me.
Hey, do you remember Irene? About my age, lives in that manor on top of the hill? She said she saw someone that looked just like Sophie in Thessalonica.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Wait a sec. Does anyone else know about this?
No, I know you've been moping, so I thought I'd tell you first. And I made Irene promise to keep it our little secret too, so I'm sure she hasn't told anyone else.
How can you be so nonchalant about all of this? Still, I guess the rest is up to me now. Thank you, Lucius. He's right. I always looked up to Sis and spent my life chasing after her. I still would be too, had I never learned her secret. I'm sure of it. But I can't keep living my life this way. I have to change.
Great Hephaestus, it is thanks to you that I returned safely to my home. I offer my gratitude for the many blessings I received during my journey. I've longed to see you. That sword and shield. I knew it was you who took them. Please, tell me what happened.
I will. There's a lot I want you to tell me. And a lot I want to ask you too. But before we talk, I want you to fight me. For the sake of those dear to me and those who place their trust in me, I have to become stronger than a true holy warrior. I must do this.
I shouldn't do this, but I'm sure you have your reasons. Very well. Battle me with all your might, Cassandra. I will see the strength of your resolve.
Battle 1. Fight!
I'll finally show how you and I are different. Precise, deliberate movements. So this is a true holy warrior.
These techniques. You too have been favored by the gods.
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Cassandra,
away!
I sense confusion and desperation in your sword.
I'll beat you, so that I can fight in your place.
Cassandra, there's no one that can replace you. So don't force yourself to replace me.
Not yet!
want to be strong like you, sis. Just like you were back then.
I can tell there's something you want to protect, no matter what.
So easy.
You're flying? Naughty child.
Sis!
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's continue.
I guess I don't have it in me to be a holy warrior. I can't fight you with everything I have, sis. How can you fight without hesitation? Why did you abandon your happiness and those you care for and go on that dangerous quest? You could have let someone else deal with Soul Edge and save the world.
Cassandra, you... How long has it been since I've seen you cry like this?
I don't want to fight you. I don't want you to die. I don't want to see those I care about be sad.
Whatever you went through, it must have been terrible. But it's okay now. No matter what happens, I'll protect you.
That's not how it's supposed to be. I want to protect you. I want to make you happy.
Cassandra, thank you. But I think you've misunderstood something about me. I'm filled with doubt. But when I fight, it's always for the safety and happiness of those I love. On this journey, I purified a land and people corrupted by evil. I did just what you said. I let someone else deal with Soul Edge. My happiness comes from saving people who are suffering and in need. I want to protect the people of this world, the families they hold dear, and their happiness. I want to share the joy you and Rothion have given me. Do you think I'm selfish?
Yes. You always have been, sis. It's not fair. Now that you've told me those things, I can't try to stop you anymore.
Listen. Weapons dedicated to the gods become unfit for mortal hands. That sword and shield were probably too strong for you to wield. So no using them anymore.
Okay. I'm sorry.
On my way home, I met some of the people who gave you jobs.
Oh, what did they say?
They all smiled at your name and were extremely grateful. It made me realize you're already a true holy warrior.
Oh, sis.
Now come on, let's go home. I can't wait to see everyone.
Everyone? Or just your darling Rothion?
Cassandra, don't tease me!
Congratulations! You don't know how happy it makes all of us to see that blissful smile.
Thank you, Zenon. I hope to see you at the bakery again soon.
I'm glad I lived long enough to see you two get happily married.
Thank you for everything, Master Nikos. Please take care of yourself.
Sophie looks really happy, huh?
Yeah, that was such a lovely wedding. I'm so happy for her.
I expected Mom to cry, but I've never seen Dad sob like that.
Really? He started blubbering when you were born. Don't you remember?
No, how could I? And you were only 2 or 3. How would you know?
'Cause I remember most of the happiest moments in my life.
Well, I only remember stuff about bread anyway. Oh, it looks like everyone's finished. It's time, Cassandra.
Okay, okay. Don't push me.
Thank you for today, Cassandra. I was so nervous, and having you around helped me get through it.
You're very welcome. And congratulations, sis. Rothion, I guess you're my brother now. So, about what I said to you that day.
Oh, that. I couldn't bring myself to.
Why not? I hate it when people hide things, so I'm gonna be blunt. I don't think I can stomach sis marrying you right now. I can't be happy for you two. I'm sorry for saying such mean things. And I'm really happy for you two right now. Honest.
I believe you. And I'm really glad you're happy for us.
It turns out I don't have it in me to stop Sophitia either. So if anything else ever happens, let's work together to help her.
I wonder if the two of us will be enough. Regardless, thank you, Cassandra.
Sis has brought us all happiness. And I'm sure there's even more to come. And if my selfish sister is going to keep trying to save everyone, then Rothion and I will do our best to protect her.
So, Cassandra, we actually have something important we'd like to ask you.
You do? What's with the sudden seriousness?
When we have a child, we want you to be the one to name it.
Rothion and I discussed it already. If it wasn't for you, we'd have never gotten married.
Wait, really? I mean, are you sure you want to entrust something so important to me?
Of course. Right, Sophie?
That's right, my dear.
Wow. In that case, I'll have to think really hard about it. Maybe a name from the stories Sis used to tell me when we were little. A name that says no matter how hard things get, they'll be tough enough to see it through. If it's a boy, maybe Deucalion. If it's a girl...
When an unbreakable soul transcends history and the world, it can bind together even a broken destiny and carve a new future. Maxi is a nunchaku wielder who hails from the Ryukyu kingdom. Unlike his father, a merchant bound to his kingdom, Maxi refused to be shackled to anything and so chose the path of piracy. With his eyes on the wider world and a trusty crew in tow, he set sail, drifting from adventure to adventure as he saw fit. Now, bound for India, Maxi's ship headed toward Southeast Asia.
Soul Edge? The hell is that?
It's some sort of legendary sword. This merchant here's saying it's being sold at some shipboard auction.
Call me Lila. I need some competent guards to watch over everything. Plus, you have your own boat.
Then I guess I'm the man for you.
I've got a bad feeling about this, brother. Soul Edge. The name alone sounds like trouble if you ask me.
You know me. I'm not one to turn down a beautiful lady.
What a wretched job. We're pirates, not handymen.
Quit your whining. Ignore my crew. They lack the finer social skills.
I trust you'll be able to keep them in check.
Of course. I reckon we'll all get along just fine.
Kadana's gonna be jealous. Something's not right, I tell you.
Whoa, we've barely raised the sails.
This don't look good at all.
No time for gum flapping. Battle 1. Fight! Yeah. Broken again. I don't know my own strength sometimes. Yagaji, sorry, but I got another repair job for you.
Yeah, brother, I've blistered my hands making improvements, but it's still far from perfect.
Yagaji, how's your injury doing?
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to use my land legs for a while.
Yagaji.
I'm fine. It's a great chance for me to look for some good wood. Now, don't get rusty while I'm gone, brother.
Not a chance. You've all seen how skilled a fighter I am.
Not necessarily the best, though, huh?
No need to add that.
That's Soul Edge. It's got dubious origins, I say. It's not too late to back out, you know.
Don't get hasty. We're earning a pretty penny.
If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
We get paid, then we weigh anchor. That way, everyone wins.
You sure you're a pirate?
No rest for the wicked. Battle 1. Fight! Don't spoil my fun! Battle 2. Fight! Bring up!
Just magpies attracted to shiny things.
Guess that means Soul Edge is one hell of a shiny thing.
Looks like a whole lot of nothing to me.
People who can't fight want powerful weapons to do it for them. Fight! Not bad! Try this! Let's cut loose! Fight! Here you go! You're mine! Here you go! Going somewhere? This surf's gonna get rough! I'm gonna ride away! Night-night, sleep tight.
Even more people stopping by today. Too many for my liking. Couldn't relax.
Yeah, it's almost auction day.
What? Don't tell me you broke your nunchakus again.
Yep, but it's no big deal against small fry like this.
We're gonna have to put up with being glorified bodyguards till we get to shore. Lila's got us eating out of the palm of her hand.
You're still not over that?
I've done a bit of asking around about her, and all I hear is bad.
You worry too much. You need to work on that.
And you need to get over your weakness for women.
Battle 1. Fight!
Hey! Take it easy! You're mine!
It's not over!
Battle 2. Fight!
You're mine!
Bring out!
To think you would be advertising a fake so boldly. If this were a play, you'd be the villain.
Don't be absurd. Fools who take information at face value deserve what they get.
If you're going to kill them, now seems the perfect time.
When things are going so well? No. I'll wait for the auction. And once it's over...
Damn! I knew it!
Who's that?
Uh-oh.
The Soph was listening in on us.
Who do you think you are, laying hands on my people?
Brother, those nunchakus!
Ha! Yagaji's masterpiece.
You're mine! Die!
Gotta love the waves.
Fight! Here you go!
The surf's gonna get rough!
I'll get him right away!
Night-night, sleep tight. Hey, Cam, you brought that Soul Edge along?
What? Yeah, I just thought...
That thing puts a huge target on your backs.
But...
I'll be taking that sword.
See? I told you.
Battle 1. Fight!
Everyone wants a piece of Max.
Show this!
Battle 2. Fight!
grow stronger!
Fight!
Quiet! Need something there! Deliver me your soul!
Treasure!
Okay, let's do this! No escape! From dogs! Going somewhere? No escape! From dogs!
The surf's gonna get rough! I'm gonna ride away! Sorry, but the sword stays with me. It's one thing after the other. What's the big deal about Soul Edge anyway? This is all it deserves.
Oh, what a waste! Even a fake's got its value.
Couldn't care less if it was the real thing. These nunchakus Yagaji made are worth 1,000 times more.
Oh, so that's what you had in mind. Clever.
Guilty as charged.
Lila's none too happy about all this.
Well, I think we've been hospitable enough. All right, crew, let's go. Anchors away.
Sure thing, brother. We're with you wherever you go.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history. There was once a martial arts temple known as Ling Shangsu. Though the temple had a long and prosperous history, it would take only one night for it to be reduced to ruins. The sole survivor was a man named Kilik. Training under the old man known as Edgemaster, he worked hard, learning secret techniques for resisting the cursed sword Soul Edge, in preparation for one final battle.
You have become better at controlling yourself. However, you still have much to learn.
What more can I do?
Balance is crucial. If evil pushes, pull. And if it pulls, push. By maintaining balance, you can achieve peace, even with the evil inside you. You must master that technique to its utmost limit. Then you can simply be you, without the assistance of Divapara Yuga.
Yes, Master.
Kilik, continue to train with all your might. You only get what you put in. If you give everything to your training, it will give you everything you seek in return.
Yes, Master. Keep your eye on the enemy before you while controlling the evil within you. Is that really possible? The Divapara Yuga is the only thing that keeps the evil within me at bay. So what will happen when I lose its support? That could happen at any time without warning. When it comes down to it, if I go in too hard, I could lose control. Maybe that is what Master was trying to say.
Meditating again?
Yeah, it's part of my daily routine.
Ever the hard worker.
Perhaps, but it's not enough. I have to be able to control myself without Divapara Yuga.
Sure, you've got a load to carry, but still.
I just feel like I'm on the verge of something.
Well, maybe you should test your skills in a real fight for a change.
You don't mind?
Of course not. But be warned, I don't plan on losing.
Battle 1. Fight!
Take this! Take this! Try this! Bring it!
Battle 2. Fight!
I'm done! Around! Ready? Take this! Gotcha! Stay down! Impressive!
No way it's over yet! Fight!
Scream! Stay down! Try blocking this back. Ling Shang Subo! How's this? Gotcha! Ling Shang Subo! I strike without reserve! Om Vajra Dharma Kilik.
Looking good. Your attacks feel a little rough, though.
I see. What could I be doing wrong?
Well, attacking's not about pushing against your opponent all the time. You fight as if you're not coming out of it alive.
So I'm pushing too much? I see.
Yeah, if you've got something you want to protect, you've all got to survive. Hey, are you even listening? You need to think about not thinking too much.
So this is the Ling Shang Su fighting style.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too familiar with swordsmanship, but...
Okay, how about we have a little practice fight?
My pleasure.
Thanks.
Battle 1. Fight!
See! This takes me back. Stay down! Sweet! Tonya! Take this! Let's go! Brahma! Bullseye!
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Take this! Stay down! Forgive me!
Not good!
Ling Shang Subo! I strike without reserve! You'll live. Hey! Shoot!
If you
Battle
insist.
3. Fight!
Block.
See ya!
Wow, you saw through me!
I strike without reserve! Olu Vajra Dharma Kilek.
Oh, I lost. Still, I think I know how to handle you.
You mean I'm leaving myself open? How so?
No, I didn't mean it like that. It's just, you seemed to hold back when you had the opportunity to strike. Were you going easy on me because I'm a girl?
Okay, so even though the balance between push and pull is important, sometimes I need to push. I need to be able to make that judgment. How am I gonna make this work?
A strong resolve makes for one whom people can rely upon. Killick, are you even listening to me?
But still...
Hello? Come on, Maxie, tell him.
Once he's lost in thought, he's gone.
But that's just rude.
I guess he just has that much focus. If only he had someone to look after him, right?
Hold on, it's not like that.
Whoa, more lizard freaks?
These things are so creepy.
Don't fret, you can do this. Stay down! Take this! Stay down! Fight! Stay down! I'm ready! Stay down! Flex! Show me your true power! Could this be? Too close! The final battle draws near. I can feel it.
Don't worry. Your training's been paying off lately, right?
Yes, but who knows what will happen now that it matters.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're not alone here.
I know. I'm grateful.
I think we make a great team.
Damn right we do. No one stands a chance against us.
Okay, let's go. Whatever lies ahead, stay strong.
Shanghua was born during the Ming Dynasty into the noble Chai House, a family of warriors. Fatherless, she was raised well by her kind and protective mother. In time, she learned to use her mother's Chinese sword to practice ancient techniques. Though her mother passed away at a young age, Shanghua continued to devote herself to the sword, and in time, became proficient enough to do her family's name proud. Her life, however, was on the verge of taking a sharp turn.
A long time has passed since your mother left this world.
It has.
Things cannot have been easy for you.
I've never really thought about it like that. From time to time, I just remember what my mother said to me.
Fate is carved with your own hands. Use that sword to open a way to the ever-changing future.
So whenever I face challenging times, it's up to me to overcome them.
Your attitude reminds me so much of your mother.
And my skill with the sword?
That too, of course.
With my mother's sword in hand, I want to find my own path.
Naturally. And if you wish to serve your country, like others in your family, that path may be open to you.
How so?
Apply to work for the Emperor's Guard. If you are serious, it may be worth considering.
Really?
Our country is facing difficulties. Perhaps times are changing. Even so, you must remember that you represent the Chai name. A slapdash attitude will not be taken lightly. You will be tested on your intelligence and manners, as well as your swordsmanship.
Understood.
Do us proud, Shanghua.
I will, and then some. No one can match my skills with a sword.
Don't hurt yourself. The exam has only just begun.
I know. Oh, is that mooncake? Looks great. Ow!
You can eat if you pass the exam.
Take this!
For you! Another! There! Take! I didn't expect a written exam. And did you have to make it this hard?
Of course we did.
Ugh. I've never been good at this sort of thing.
If you've got time to whine, you've got time to write.
I hear your brother was on another level.
He's not around anymore, so what does that have to do with anything?
If I get into the Emperor's Guard, I could probably try to find him for you.
You could, but to do that, you need to worry more about your exams than mooncake, no?
Okay. Whoa, I didn't think there'd be so many people. The exam must still be in its early stages.
I can't believe there's actually another woman here.
And you are?
The name's Liang Lingyu. It's an honor to be here with one of the Chai family.
Oh, okay, thanks.
What better way to get acquainted than by going a round or two?
Huh? Oh, sure.
Battle 1. Fight!
It's time! Another!
Battle 2. Fight!
Watch over me, Mother! You can't stop me! Just kidding!
Wow, you Chais really are something.
Thanks.
It'd be great to work alongside you, fighting for justice in the Guard.
For justice?
Yeah, justice will always prevail.
Oh, okay. Whew, another tough training session today. Want to get some food together, Lingyu?
How about we go for another round first?
What? Now?
What would you do if the Emperor was attacked right now? You couldn't just ask the enemy to wait while you ate, could you?
Okay, all right.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight!
This is the end! Do your worst! It's time!
KO! Battle 3. Fight!
This is where it ends! Block!
Allow me!
It's time! That's another!
Huh. This is why I chose to stick close to you. You use a lot of different techniques, but your foundation is solid.
It's nothing compared to yours. I'm just doing what my mother taught me to do.
If you've got one weakness, it's your mentality. No matter how good you are with a sword, you can't defend justice if you're easily discouraged.
I'm fine when I need to be. Do you think the hero's sword really exists?
Shh! Don't mention that here.
Are you sure about this place? I hear they have a lot of riots around.
Ah! Right on cue. Just try it, scoundrels! Like I say, justice will prevail.
Somehow we're still alive. Ling Yu? Are we lost?
Shanghua, you just don't get it, do you? We don't follow paths. We create them wherever we go.
Ugh, I could eat a horse.
Here, have some tea.
Yay, mooncakes! Nom nom.
Thanks, looks great.
The hero's sword. What's so important about it? Is it really worth risking one's life for?
If it's for justice, then sure.
I wish I was as steadfast as you, Ling Yu. I haven't got a clue as to what I should do.
You impressed me with your ambition when you told me you wanted to become an officer. But wouldn't your mother be upset?
She always said, fate is carved with your own hands.
Words of wisdom.
Really?
Yeah, it suits you.
All right. I'm feeling a bit better.
That's the spirit, you two.
I guess it was too much to ask for us to work together.
Ling Yu!
You do understand I won't hold back. Come on! Fight me!
But
Your blade's shaking, Shanghua. I'll take no pride in beating you like this.
Battle 1. Fight!
Ling Yu!
Battle 2. Fight!
Another! This is where it... You're mine!
Bring out! Battle 3. Fight! Watch over me, Mother! Thank you. No more hesitating.
Wow, you're really something.
Ling Yu,
Come on, Shanghua. What's with that expression? Don't cry. Stand tall. Be proud. You're the victor.
Justice will prevail. That better?
Yeah, better.
A quest for the Sword of Salvation.
So that's why the Third Corps is using the Emperor's Guard.
Here I am, finally. Another path closed to me. In that case...
Fate is carved with your own hands. Use that sword to open a way to the ever-changing future.
Mother, Ling Yu, just you watch what I can do.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history. Taki, known as the Dark Hunter, is a ninja and demon huntress. Her quest to find Soul Edge ended in a confrontation with Cervantes, the greatest foe she had yet faced. After a deadly battle, Taki emerged victorious, but not before her beloved sword Rekimaru was shattered. She returned Sofitia, the young girl she saved in battle, to her homeland, and then Taki, too, made her way back home to Japan. Foremost in her mind was the mending of her sword, which she intended to do using a shard of Soul Edge. Alas, the two swords were incompatible, and she had no choice but to give up. However, there was another sword she could try. The enchanted blade she hid before leaving Japan, Mekimaru.
Mekimaru. Without this, I'd never have been able to escape the Fuma clan. Wielding such a sword requires the greatest of care. I had some idea, but I never expected Soul Edge and Mekimaru would fuse together this well. However, this power is so intense. Can I control it?
I finally found you, Taki.
Geki? Have you been watching me?
Mekimaru belongs to Master Toki. Hand it over!
So Mekimaru still wasn't safe. This sword must not fall into Toki's hands.
Watch your mouth! It's Master Toki to you.
Not anymore, it isn't. Why do you still follow him even though he's lost his mind?
You're getting sloppy, Taki. I don't know what you did to that sword, but it's taking its toll, no? I'll be taking it from you now.
Stay down! Come. But now! Time to die! Come, get ready! No escape! Demon, be gone! Leave this place! Leave this place! You're mine! Stay down!
Whoa! So this is Mekimaru?
Damn!
Let's see.
Stop, Geki! Don't draw that blade!
What the? What? No! Mekimaru! After her! Now!
It seems I'm stuck with the sword for a bit longer. But its power is too great. Could I ever learn to master it?
Did you really think you could escape, Taki?
And you, Maki? Just another hopeless Toki loyalist? Don't you see him for what he's become?
That's exactly why I follow Master Toki.
I should have guessed.
Master Toki says that if you play nice and hand over Mekimaru, he'll show mercy.
Do you really think I'd fall for that?
I knew you'd say that. It's true, though. You're still in his good books. And now we're ready.
Ah! Poison powder! You'll pay for that!
Taki, you won't escape no matter what. Nothing is more fleeting than a ninja's life.
I shouldn't expect anything less from the Yasunobe's forces. I must stay alert. If only I could master Mekimaru and fight them off. It's a long way from the Manji clan's village. Those clothes. He must be from there.
Shikisoku Zeku.
What? Demon! See! Too easy! Reckless fool! Not a scratch! There! What tragedy! He's some sort of automaton? He must have used word power to control it. It's remarkable he could do it for so long.
You did well to see through my contraption. Even so, when I reclaim that foreign sword, revenge shall be mine.
That foreign sword? You mean Soul Edge. Soul Edge was a pair of swords. Indeed, there was one that wasn't destroyed. What's this I'm sensing? Gallo Fury. Was the seal broken? Matters have taken a turn for the worse, but this can't be ignored.
Been a while, Taki.
Esteemed leader of the Fuji Bay, please, let me do what I must. You of all people know the horror that is Gallo Fury.
Can you master Mekimaru?
Don't tell me you seek the blade too.
Do not misunderstand me. I need Mekimaru, but only to stop Toki and his madness.
So you're part of the Urabe faction?
Yes. We are entrusted with righting the clan leader's wrongs. But our faction leader is not strong enough to defeat Toki. That is why we need Mekimaru.
Through the power of words, you could control Mekimaru for a short while.
I shall not ask you for the sword, but would you be willing to help us defeat Toki?
I'm an outcast now. And outcasts have but one fate.
Indeed they do. I'm sure you know better than most. That not a single outcast has ever survived. Battle 1. Fight!
See, time to die. Come.
Battle 2. Fight!
You're finished!
Too simple!
Challenge accepted. Time to die.
Battle 3. Fight!
Come. Come. Stay down. Come. This is as far as you go. I'll decimate you. You'll be lost to history.
Taki, you have done well mastering that blade. You should have been leader of the Fujibe, not I. I will leave it to you to rid us of Toki's threat. I know he was a teacher to you, so I fear it will not be easy. However, I ask you now, kill Toki.
Are you really letting me, an outcast, walk away?
If it's to fulfill my faction's duty, then yes. I shall call off your pursuers to make it easier for you. And I shall entrust you with this.
And this is?
Ranjatai.
Incense imbued with the celestial power.
There is nothing better for sealing demons.
Thank you. But remember, I'll do what I must, nothing more.
Yes. I expect our paths will not cross again. Farewell.
Shuki. I thought I was adept at stealth. To think I'd be sniffed out like this.
Well, our specialty is sniffing out ghosts.
Why are you sticking your nose in now?
Does an outcast really need to ask?
I took you for one who'd idly obey Toki's orders.
Is it that obvious? You're correct. I'm not interested in Nekimaru. I simply seek Gallo Fury to use as I like.
What?
Tell me, Taki, how do you intend to seal him? He's absorbed the power of other demons around him and is far stronger than ever before.
Mekimaru can take care of Gelo Fury.
Huh? I won't fall for your tricks, Taki. There must be more to it. What are you hiding? Tell me!
Using a vengeful spirit? Evil wretch?
You will tell me everything.
Come. Die! Is that all you've got? What now? Not a scratch! What now? Time to die! Leave this place! This is as far as you go! I'll decimate you! You'll be lost to history. Mime and Nime are both vengeful spirits too? The seal worked. I hope.
I saw everything. She used Ranjatai. Now I see. She must have stolen it. This body has outgrown its usefulness. I need to find another.
Though I'd like to discover his true form, I must focus on sealing Gelo Fury. Hokoji Temple is nearby. The aura is overpowering. In ambush? Geki, you're possessed by Gelo Fury.
Battle 1. Fight!
An aura so eldritch. No escape. Huh? What now? No escape. No escape. What?
Battle 2. Fight!
No escape. Give up already. Focus and release. up my game.
Battle 3. Fight!
Damn it!
Ring out! Battle 4. Fight!
Come. This is as far as you go. This is as far as you go. Reckless fool. I'll seal you again! Gallifrey, this ends now.
Ever the hard worker, Taki, even though you're an outcast.
Shut up! It's Toki's turn next.
Master Toki's probably not even in these lands anymore.
What?
Did you really think he knew nothing of Soul Edge? Mekimaru's power pales in comparison.
Pursuing Toki will lead me to Soul Edge. This must be fate. No, it's just something I must do. Time to cross the seas once more.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history. The Aval organization is something of a legend. Long ago, the king of a knightly order took up the spirit sword to confront the wielder of the cursed sword. Lurking in history's shadows, the secret society has persisted through the ages. Their mission has been to find the lost spirit sword and bestow it upon their future king, while preventing those that they called outsiders from wreaking havoc upon the world. Grow, a young man blessed with a cool head and magnificent fighting skills, became leader of the organization's punitive force. They sent him on a mission to hunt down and kill the Wreaker of Chaos, the Azure Knight. However, his entire force was destroyed, and he was dealt a nearly mortal wound.
You are so fragile, so weak.
Damn you, outsider!
Submit your soul to me.
Never! You have not defeated me yet!
Am I dead? Kill, kill,
kill anyone still alive. My soul, it is being taken over.
He's being consumed by an evil force. There is no use in letting him live as a hideous monster. Perhaps I could kill two birds by having him fight that outsider I already experimented on. He's being held around front.
Battle 1. Fight! Battle 2. Fight! Futile! I'll destroy your soul!
Oh!
Aswell, why are you here?
Bravo! Magnificent! You've done well to return to your senses. Dear Gro, you fascinate me!
I was battling the Azure Knight.
And you failed. Without my aid, you would be dead now.
What of the Azure Knight?
I could not defeat him. It took my all simply to bring you back with me. He's a malevolent king and wields the cursed sword. It would not have ended well for me.
Blast! Could we assemble a new punitive force?
You wish to challenge him again? So loyal to the organization and the cause! The extermination of outsiders indeed! Sacrificing everything, even your life, to achieve the organization's objective! Is it because of the hatred you bear for the outsiders? Those fiends who took your family, friends, and home?
They are evil. All outsiders must perish. The deaths of my brothers shall not be in vain.
Of course! How could it be otherwise? That's who you are! And so you must be cursed by fate! Oh, the tragedy! The drama is palpable!
What do you mean? My arm!
Have you not realized what has become of you yet?
No! It cannot be!
It can and it is! Your body is now partly infected by the power of the outsiders you so despise! But tell me, how does it feel having within you the very same power that robbed you of all you hold dear?
Me? An outsider?
Such despair, yet such hatred too! But fear not. If you had lost your senses and been consumed by the monster within, I'd have disposed of you. But that did not happen. You are not the fiend you think you are. You are still human. For now. You wish to die though your life was saved? Well, that certainly aligns with the organization's belief of eradicating outsiders, those who've rejected humanity, and as such, you should die. But why not see this as an opportunity? The great power you've gained will aid your mission to fulfill that belief.
You think I should use this power? Though it is a sin even for me to be alive? What foolishness. Such an act would betray the very organization I serve.
But you could use that power to give you the strength you need to defeat the Azure Knight. Is that not so?
What What is this?
A gift. When mending your armor, I modified it to help suppress the evil within you. It should ease your burden at least a little. Of course, in the end, what you decide to do is up to you. But fear not. I shall not report anything to the organization.
You have done too much for me.
Not at all. I love humans, especially ones such as yourself who are tossed about by emotion and reason.
Bro, you made it back alive.
Curtis, what do you want?
How can you be so cold to a friend coming to check on your well-being?
It hardly seems someone in your position would come simply for that.
Though I number among the 12, the organization's supreme decision-making body, I can still make time to visit an old friend.
Just tell me what you want.
Your impatience is unbecoming. Still, you're as shrewd as ever. I have a new mission for you.
To defeat the Azure Knight?
Unfortunately, a different one of the 12 is in charge of that particular matter. Even you, the strongest of the 12, were unable to defeat the Azure Knight. We need to try other means than brute force.
Since I failed my mission, I assume my seat was forfeit.
While some among the 12 wish it to be so, this mission is designed to convince them otherwise. In other words, this is a chance to rise from the ashes. I shall accompany you as an observer.
Any mission to subdue outsiders, I shall do. I care not for my seat in the 12.
Come now. I wish to lead you together with the organization. It's a selfish wish, admittedly, but you must assist me.
Stubborn as ever.
Well, some have always been too stubborn to respond to anything but greater stubbornness.
Do as you please.
That I shall. And accordingly, before I reveal more of the mission, I want to make sure you have not gone soft. Let us step outside.
Battle 1. Fight! Take this! Clever! Despair! Charge! Useless! I shall not concede! What's this?
Well, what now?
KO! Battle 2. Fight!
Going in.
Lead! Palatine Eclipse! Lead!
Music!
Despair! KO! Battle 3. Fight! Watch this! Lead! Rue your weakness!
Nonsense! Going in.
Hostile echo!
No
mercy!
Palatine Eclipse! Reckless!
KO!
Kill him!
Careful now. I see your time in recovery did not rid you of your mercilessness. Do you wish me dead?
Forgive me. That voice. It is the same evil voice from before. My fate is sealed.
Fear not. You are not back to your formal self yet. How is the wound from the Azure Knight?
Though not fully healed, it will not interfere with my mission.
Is that so? Always trying to put on a brave front. Well, I concede defeat. Your wound must not be so serious after all. Are you done? Yes. Sorry it took so long.
And what is the intelligence chief doing here? I would expect you to have better things to do as one of the 12.
Grow. Do not speak to our master in such a tone.
No matter. It is true I am free enough to see my 2 pupils. Moreover, I have information about the mission.
Then say what you have to say and be quick about it.
Very well, I shall be brief. We have located a branch of the ancient outsider group, Feegle Sestimus. Grow, you will initiate a surprise attack and destroy the outsiders quickly. That is all.
Understood.
No mission I have ever accompanied you on goes smoothly. Indeed, the trouble you find yourself in goes beyond bad luck. Hopefully, this time will be different.
Help! You can't escape me!
In a matter of days, there have been floods, landslides, earthquakes, forest fires, and now merchants assailed by bandits. It's a perfect storm of trouble. You really were born under an unlucky star. What should we do? We're on a mission. Should we simply move on?
Scum who prey on the weak are simply that. But they are not mindless outsiders. They are beyond our jurisdiction. Still, I assume no matter what I say, you will still try to help, no? If so, let us make it quick.
You wish to use me as an excuse? How unfair.
Fight! Take this! No mercy! Please!
Bring her! Time for a test! Increasing speed!
No fair! Scarlet! Scarlet!
Reckless! Take it!
No mercy! KO! Scarlet! Going in. Please! Scarlet!
Got this!
Don't move! Please! KO!
Thank you so much for your help. Take this as thanks.
We need no thanks. Just go.
Certainly.
We have wasted enough time. Let us move on.
Wait. Before we proceed, I must clear something up.
What is it?
When I fought you, something bothered me. And seeing you fight those bandits confirmed my suspicions. Your arm. What are you hiding? I heard that Aswell saved you. What did he do to you?
He simply healed my arm. You know how skilled he is with such things.
Indeed. However, is there not more to it than that? You're either trying to protect your arm or you fear something about it. Aswell created that armor too, did he not?
He did. It is simply that my arm still hurts from the Azure Night. There is nothing to fear.
This is my opinion and nothing more, but I can tell you because I trust you. Aswell is as qualified to number among the 12 as you and I, but he is dangerous. Joining the 12 requires the approval of more than half its members. You and I were both recommended by the Masters before being approved. It was the same with Aswell, but he has no loyalty to the organization. Of course, the organization has its factions. There are radicals such as you who wish to exterminate outsiders above all else. And there is the old guard who consider coexistence an option. Still, all are loyal to the organization. All except Aswell. He acts with his own motives, and I believe it is only a matter of time before he revolts.
Knowing him, it is certainly possible.
Aswell seems to have taken an interest in you. If he is using you to fulfill some purpose, he could have done something to your arm.
Indeed. Even if that is so, what reason would there be to give me such abominable power? Do not worry yourself. I have no recollection of him doing anything untoward. My wound simply hurts.
Is that the absolute truth? Ever have you been cursed with bad luck and the propensity to get mixed up in trouble? I'm concerned. That is all.
Do not be. It is the truth.
I see. Then I am relieved. Intelligence was right. Souls are being sacrificed to obtain the power of an evil god. These fiends have lost their humanity and become outsiders.
Who the hell are you? You dare to interfere with Kunpeku's plans?
I waste not my breath on outsiders. Die.
No! Bring out the knight! Hurry!
What?
What on earth? Behold our ultimate creation, an undead soldier born of necromancy. It took countless sacrifices, but the Soul Edge fragment finally granted us success!
Soul Edge fragment? The cursed sword?
Such strength! A mere mortal cannot expect to win. You may as well lie down and die. All who dare mock us shall be destroyed!
Well, they certainly kept this ace up their sleeve. How much bad luck can one person have?
So, the fragment grants enormous power.
The priest has it.
Your efforts are in vain! This is no mere fragment of steel. Even if you take it from me, you cannot destroy it! Our undead soldier shall hunt you down and slay you, wherever you may be!
Unleash your power. Kill those who defy you. Claim their souls.
The evil power they wield lies in my arm too. If I unleashed it, I should be able to defeat that creature. But then Curtis would learn the truth.
Grow! Get your head out of the clouds!
No!
Curtis! Sorry you had to do that.
It is but a scratch. I'm fine. And I was to be but an observer.
I need not hesitate. Without power, all is lost. The weak cannot protect anything. They are but rabbits to a tiger. Enough! You outsiders shall no longer do as you please. I shall do what I must to protect, to live. I shall harness this power to its fullest!
Battle 1.
Fight! Take it!
impossible! Oh, beautiful creation!
Die, outsiders!
Ah!
That appears to be the last of them.
But this is not the end, is it? I suspected something all along, but when I pressed you, you tried to reassure me all was well. And I was in denial. I prayed it was not so. Answer me. Is this Aswell's doing?
I know not. But he told me that I was cursed the moment the Azure Knight wounded me. A dark power seethes deep down inside me, making me crave flesh and blood. If I lose control, it will consume me.
Without your power, we would have been done for. Some within the organization would recognize the value in having someone with the power of the enemy. However, to me, your power is that of the cursed sword. The organization must not allow it.
But with this power, we could eradicate more outsiders than ever.
You truly believe you can remain in the organization?
It is the most efficient means of exterminating outsiders. No question.
I see. In that case, you leave me no choice. Have at you! This place shall be your grave!
Battle 1. Fight!
Take it! No mercy! You cannot resist! Take it!
Battle 2. Fight!
No mercy! Shall not consent! Where is it?
Music!
Battle 3. Fight!
Scarlet Flame! Not quite! Scarlet
Why do you not kill me?
I never intended to do such a thing.
Do you really expect me to accept you in that power? It would be a betrayal of our organization.
I know. Once all outsiders are eliminated, I shall end my life to pay for my sins. That is why I need you to watch over me.
I should have expected as much from someone so unlucky. Your troubles know no bounds. Very well, you win. However, we are both betraying the organization now. When you pay for your sins, I shall too.
You need not accompany me.
Enough. Now, about that fragment of the Wicked Sword, you...
A throwing knife? Who did this?
Tut tut, Grow. All witnesses must be disposed of. Even if that witness is an old friend alongside whom you have fought so gallantly.
Aswell!
I shall be taking this fragment. Neither of you know its value.
Damn you!
See this fragment? This is how you use it.
What are you doing, Curtis?
Let us see what happens when a fragment of the cursed sword is embedded within an able, ranking member of the Aval organization. Such an intellectually stimulating subject, don't you think?
I will not allow this!
Huh?
As a researcher, I couldn't possibly stand a chance against one from the punitive force. Or so you thought. However, by harnessing the energy from the cursed and spirit swords fitted into this glove, I am able to battle you both! Incidentally, it was I who manipulated the resonating wave energy to create that throwing blade.
No! How could this be? Curtis!
The corruption has begun. The stage is set for more of your sublime drama. Now, my dear Grow, what will you do? Your beloved friend is turning into a loathsome outsider.
Grow! Hesitate not! Damn you!
Battle 1. Fight!
Get out of my sight! Not quite! To Avalon! Deploy!
Battle 2.
Fight! Take this! Time for a test! Get out of my sight! No mercy! Reckless!
Battle 3. Fight!
Despair! Charge! No mercy! Feel my blade! Despair! You will be erased! It ends here! Atone for the sin of weakness. Curtis! Awaken from this madness!
He has utterly succumbed to the beast within. Such a shame he'll not be joining us.
Curtis! Get a hold of yourself! Damn!
Sorry, but it seems you're on your own.
Don't you worry. All will be fine.
All will be fine? You really are a simple man, Grow.
Thank you for all you have done for me. I shall take care of the rest.
Yes, I believe you can.
Oh, dear me. Another precious life lost. But a monster that has lost all reason has no worth. Oh, my, what a wonderful expression! The struggle between sorrow and hatred is simply sublime! Now, let that sorrow and hatred fill your heart! Come at me! I shall kill you!
Battle 1.
Fight! So go ahead!
Battle 2. Fight!
Pay with your life! I thought so. No.
It's not over!
Battle
miscalculation!
Fight!
You will be erased. It ends here. Atone for the sin of weakness.
Wonderful! Though driven by hatred and sorrow, you could resist your destructive impulses. Such a magnificent sight to see. However, I am spent. I could not possibly take any more of this drama. A serious wound would spoil the fun of leaving the organization.
What do you mean, the fun?
Pursue me. Allow the desire for revenge to permeate your being, but do not lose your senses. I have been moved by your story, and shall never forget it.
An earthquake? No, this must be...
This place will soon be reduced to rubble. Perhaps we will meet again, should you live. I would like that. Farewell!
Wait! Damn these infernal fiends!
Grow managed to escape from the crumbling temple, but his friend's corpse was lost in the rubble, never to be found. Grow returned to the organization to report everything that had transpired with Aswell. Waiting for him was the news of Orzel's death upon Aswell's defection, as well as a new mission. Aswell had double-crossed the organization in the hope of unleashing the evil seed again to save humanity. Or so he claimed. Grow's new mission was to kill the outsider Aswell before that could happen.
I shall never forgive you. Your intentions matter not. You took my friend from me. Mark my words. You shall pay.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history. Across all history, the truly strong remain shrouded deep in darkness, hidden from society. They carefully erase all traces of their existence, so that when later generations look back on history, it is as if they were never there. But sometimes, even the most perfect plans to erase one's tracks leave unexpected loose ends. This tome was one of those loose ends, left behind in charred ruins. What secrets lie within?
Zasalamel created me. A banal way to begin a tome, but writing down one's own history in a book is strange enough to begin with. I began writing this as an indulgent pastime, so I may as well enjoy myself. Now, about the cursed sword known as Soul Edge. I intend to record its secrets in this very tome. However, I must exercise caution. A fitting end awaits all who seek the cursed sword. Some may laugh and call this an exaggeration. Should anyone who has held that sword ever read this tome, though, I'm certain they'll agree with me. The origin of Soul Edge is a mystery. Legend says it was once an ordinary sword, void of any power. But after fighting on countless battlefields, it gathered a great deal of negative power, until a curse fell upon it. That much is true. All who took Soul Edge in their hands became slaves to the blade, murdering until they bled their last drop of blood. That is why so few know of it, despite its appearances time and time again throughout history. Until, that is, an age long past, when there appeared a man with a mind powerful enough to resist the sword's control. He was known as the Hero King. In that ancient age, great change came only through war. Thus, controlling Soul Edge meant ruling the world. The Hero King, being the man he was, one could say it was inevitable that he would bring peace to this warring world. I won't record the Hero King's name here. Someday I may decide the time is right to reveal it, but that time isn't now. It is said the Hero King lost Soul Edge due to his jealous son. After the Hero King killed his son, the spirit sword SoulCalibur was born from the remnants of the cursed sword. Indeed, the cursed sword and the spirit sword both come from the very same steel. While the name Soul Edge is known to a select few, the name SoulCalibur is known to almost no one. There is a reason the spirit sword was never revealed to the world. Some say the Hero King created the spirit sword, but the truth is that the Hero King risked his life and failed. Those who would carry on the dead king's wish and perfect SoulCalibur were to come later. They were known as the Guardians of the Spirit Sword. Like a thief in the night, they took the Spirit Sword and withdrew into the dark recesses of history. They told others of the Hero King's Spirit Sword, and that they were going into hiding to both prevent SoulCalibur from being used for evil, and to prepare for the threat of Soul Edge. The Guardians of the Spirit Sword only entrust SoulCalibur to a select few. One recent example was a king from medieval Europe. Born in Britain, the king used the Spirit Sword to rule a large swath of Europe. I'm skeptical as to whether the king ever truly existed, but assuming the tales are true, he was somehow connected with the Guardians of the Spirit Sword, from whom he received the blade. Also, it would be reasonable to assume the king fought with the one who possessed the cursed sword and won. After the king's death, though, no one knows what happened to the spirit sword. Perhaps we should assume it eventually found its way back to the Guardians of the Spirit Sword. But it should be noted that their power had dwindled greatly by that time. At the same time, there were those who awaited the second coming of the king. On the eve of the king's passing, a loyal knight set forth to find the Spirit Sword and restore the crown. That was the start of the secret society known as the Aval Organization. They hid themselves well for a considerably long period of time. Not even I learned of their inner workings until quite recently. Sworn to the late king, the Aval Organization sought the Spirit Sword and secretly assassinated all whom they deemed outsiders, those who were aligned with the Cursed Sword or did harm to humankind. A deeper look, however, reveals there was some unrest hidden below the organization's seemingly unshakable exterior. After slumbering in the shadows of history, Soul Edge was awakened by the pirate Cervantes de Leon. Cervantes attacked the ship of one who had won Soul Edge at an auction. He stole the cursed sword and became its puppet. Soul Edge changes its form depending on its wielder. When Cervantes took up the cursed sword, it transformed into 2 blades. And after nearly 30 years of slumber, it caused that terrible catastrophe. Cervantes and the cursed sword were defeated by a female warrior, and one of the blades was destroyed. Shattering without coming in contact with the Spirit Sword was a first for Soul Edge. Immediately afterwards, the evil seed occurred. The evil within Soul Edge was unleashed upon the entire world. Why did the evil seed occur? What havoc did it wreak where it landed? Not even I have any way of discerning this. But one thing is certain. Ever since that day, the cursed sword's malfested kin have been swiftly multiplying. What does it mean to be malfested? It's extremely hard to define, for the resulting phenomena are so varied. There are those who undergo monstrous transformations, while others look no different from ordinary humans at first glance. In addition to humans, some animals have experienced transformations as well. Common traits of the malfested include heightened fighting instincts and violent tendencies. Some become beasts, hungry only for slaughter, while others use strategy to entrap powerful foes. But they all slip into towns and cities, seeking blood under the cover of darkness. Sometime after the evil seed, the Azure Knight Nightmare appeared. Rumors said he possessed Soul Edge, and his string of indiscriminate murder seemed to agree with this. Personally, I was also interested in discovering this knight's true identity. I then received news that the Aval Organization had encountered him and were defeated. It intrigued me that there seemed to be someone in their organization deeply interested in the evil seed. While Soul Edge has appeared constantly throughout history, SoulCalibur's whereabouts are still shrouded in mystery. In time, I lost interest and gave up trying to search for any traces of it. But after resuming my search later, I found that it had been taken to a temple in the east at some point. With it were taken a staff able to absorb all manner of energy, and a mirror capable of purifying evil. These sacred treasures were used to create SoulCalibur and amplify its power. No one knows what had happened to the Guardians of the Spirit Sword, but they must have met with ruin, losing the Spirit Sword and their other treasures. As for the temple, it later became Ling Sheng Su, a famous martial arts dojo that worshipped the spirit sword and the other weapons as the 3 sacred treasures. But now the spirit sword is no longer there. The evil seed deeply affected Ling Shengsi, and most likely caused it to attract evil energy. Its martial arts students were soon overcome by madness and battle lust, and ended up killing each other. The temple fell in a single night. Therefore, no one knows what happened to the spirit sword. Only one student of Ling Shengsi survived. While the survivor didn't possess SoulCalibur, there was clearly merit in looking into him. What powers did he possess? What could he accomplish? I was deeply intrigued. I only started writing this tome as a pastime. But in order to give it a clear perspective, I must reveal my identity. I was once one of the guardians of the Spirit Sword. The precepts of the guardians were very strict, one of which stated no guardian may ever touch SoulCalibur. But in my younger days, I failed to properly suppress my urges. When the others discovered my designs, they broke my arms and banished me. Amid my despair, I searched for a way to survive. What I discovered was the art of reincarnation. After a long period of training, I mastered the secrets contained within this lost wisdom. I reincarnated myself over and over again, and became an entity that could transcend generations. At first, I didn't realize the price I would have to pay for eternal life. For every time I reincarnated, I experienced the pain of death. It felt like my soul was being crushed. It is hard to put such pain and suffering in words. Indeed, I hadn't managed to completely escape death. No matter what one may accomplish in life, death remains inescapable. My bodies have lain in countless graves, but my soul will never rest in peace. So it was that I came to yearn for the final eternal death I could never have. And such desire began to corrupt my everlasting life. Gradually, I began to seek out death itself. That was 1,000 years ago. My desire for death was at its peak. That longing for true death led me to even take hold of Soul Edge. Wisdom, power, battle lust. In those days, I felt I could do anything. But when it was over, I was forced to confront just how prideful I had been. As a puppet of the cursed sword, I kept fighting to my last breath. And for what? I fought in an age of endless war that spanned the world, all to establish a certain dynasty. That is all I'll say on the matter. I've lived as every type of person. Old, young, man, woman. But I've never felt as much joy as when I wielded that power. However, not even the cursed sword could free me from the chains of samsara. And so I died, and was born again into this world. This tome has become much longer than I imagined it would be. I may have gotten carried away and written a bit too much, but I hope you understand I didn't have time for editing. Not that it matters, as I plan to burn this book to ashes. It may seem strange for me to care about time, as death holds no sway over me. But time waits not, even for the eternal. The cursed and spirit swords are together, and their power grows. Now is the perfect chance for those who seek power. It is time for me to take action. I once wished for death, but now I wish for something else. Now, I wish to cultivate the potential that people possess and lead them to a glorious new future. I seek not meaning or understanding in this. I am not even certain from which of my memories this thought sprang. I feel as if it has always been inside of me, like a memory from a past life. I've thought of one other possibility. Perhaps this memory is from the future, sent back to me by my future self. Or maybe I simply have too active an imagination. Whatever the case, everything will begin once I acquire the power I need. The cursed sword and the spirit sword. I need them both to proceed with my plan. It has already been set into motion. The time has come. Now I shall harvest the fruit of my labors.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.